Hey guys, welcome to Prince of Peace Tarot. I'm Justin, and today I'll be doing an ancestor messages reading for those of you with Sagittarius placements in your chart. So if you have Sagittarius anywhere within your chart, this reading could resonate. And if it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. Okay guys, so before I jump into your spread, let's say a prayer. I praise the creator of all, supreme, omnipotent, and in all things. I praise all of the high and virtuous spirits who have walked the way of eternal light and love. I praise all of our ancestors from Mother Africa, who is the mother of the entire human race. I praise all of the spirits who died during slavery and the Middle Passage around the world, here in the United States, during Jim Crow, and today. Great Spirit family, since you are free of body and form, we know that you now have greater wisdom and greater power. We ask that you hear the call of your child and come protect us. Use your greater power and influence to help us solve our problems of money, health, family trouble, and racism. We ask that you somehow give us a sign that you are pleased with your children and that you are receiving our worship. Benevolent ancestors, open the gates of wealth to our people and guide us in the wisest and most effective ways to help all of Earth's children live harmoniously. Help us to remember we are part of the whole, part of God, part of each other. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, guys, let's get into your ancestor reading. So your oracle cards today that your ancestors have led me to use are the Whispers of the Lord Ganesha. Okay, Whispers of the Lord Ganesha, that's what we're going to start with, and then we're going to close after we get into your spread with the clarifiers. I have your tarot in your spread, and I'm clarifying with your Orisha tarot, and then we're going to close out with the Sacred Forest Oracle. So those will be your two oracle cards, or two decks that I'm using. So let's get started. All right, your three cards are Drive, all right, Belonging, and Determination. So let's go. All right, so for Drive says, confidence as well as unity of purpose and control are desirable. Okay. Ganesha urges you, or am I, okay, I'm holding it right. Sorry guys, I thought I had it backwards. Ganesha urges you to think about getting back to the basics, all right? It's a great time to lighten your load or simplify your life. You may have a tendency to overextend yourself or overcommit to social activities. Cut back on your schedule so you can zero in on something that you are called to do. This card indicates new motivation or inspiration. If you have been feeling stuck in a situation or in finding a solution, rest assured the energy is going to start moving again. You do not have to choose to go alone on your path. Make sure that if you do bring others with you, that they have the same goals and objectives in mind. Pay attention not to linger in relationships or friendships that are going nowhere, or settle just because you feel obligated. This is not a time to be complacent. If you want to create changes in your work, explore what your options might be. Man, this has been, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but like literally this is all the stuff that I've been seeing in your ancestor readings about the friendships you keep and about changing your job. So it says, if you want to create changes in your work, explore what your options might be. There might be an increase in finances, but this is not a time to be spending money. Bide your time and prepare for what is coming. This might also indicate that a trip or extended travel is on the horizon. But guys, I said that. I can't remember. I think it was like 2 ancestor readings ago. I said, if you change your job, you're going to make more money. And literally, this is what Drive is saying. So, you know, and that's 2 of Wands energy is drive, stepping into the unknown. So it did say, if you want, I mean, I swear, everything I said yesterday, if you want to bring somebody down the path, they said, make sure that, it says, make sure that if you do bring others with you, they have the same goals and objectives in mind. And that's what I said. I said, some of y'all friends have a vibration of lack. And, you know, if whatever blessing you receive, that you could share it with people with a higher vibration. You know, if it was a different set of people, you could share it. But for whatever, you know, is around you right now, you can't share it, right? Man, that's crazy. First card out, all right? So remember, this is about getting back to the basics. This also reminds me of when that one card last time said chop wood. What was it? chop wood, do something with water. I can't remember. Carry water, chop wood. Yeah, so it's about trimming down some things. They want you to trim down and get focused. All right, drive. Okay, let's get to your second card. Your second card is belonging. All right, let me get it for you. Give me 1 second, okay? It's funny, they're mirroring each other. That's card 14, this is card 41. This is belonging, belonging, belonging. Belonging says, learn to find security from within. Learn to find security from within. In this card, Ganesha uses the mouse as his vehicle, which signifies his triumph over the ego. Ego was also the subject yesterday when we saw the tower and the sun. So in Hindu mythology, the mouse symbolizes the ego. For the ego can eat away at all that is good and decent in a person. Belonging seeks to solve the predicament of the ego's own perceived separation. Since the ego has no conscious memory of its connection to others and to source, you experience a need to get out of seclusion by bonding with people around you. These people can be your family, peer groups, or your community. The ego is neither good nor bad, but simply a necessary part of you in this existence. The ego can manifest inclinations that are either more positive or more negative in nature. There are many positive aspects to belonging. You develop your ability to love, connect, bond, share, and care for others. You see yourself more clearly through the mirror of relationship. It is important in belonging that you not try to seek approval from others. Through this card, Ganesha is here to help you focus on the positive feelings from being a part of a community. Learn to trust, ask for help, and to rely on others. This is funny. I mean, I know what it says, but then there's something else I'm feeling here. I think what it's reminding you is that the longing you feel to be connected to others is your ego and is not your true soul source self. All right. And this is reminding you that there's nothing wrong with it. You're not crazy for not wanting to be connected, for not saying like, I wish I had a partner. I wish I had more friends. I wish I had better friends. I wish I had a better partner. Whatever the case may be, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are your very first position, and I'm already skipping ahead, is the hermit, right? Clarified by the star. So, and you have a lot of 9s in your spread. So if you're in a state of solitude or you find yourself working alone, there's nothing wrong with that either. But your ego does not recognize that. So when you're in that solitude, if you can't connect to people, you have to learn how to connect better to source. And that could be another thing. God could be saying, the universe could be saying, your ancestors and guides, we're here too. And you can connect to us and you don't have to feel alone. All right. So in your third card, we have determination. 21, determination. Some red hot fire. All right, give me a second. Let me get it for you. Determination. Feel secure in your being. See, wait. 41 said, learn to find security from within. And then 21, determination, says, feel secure in your being. So just what I was saying, you got to be okay with being with yourself. Like they're telling you there's nothing wrong. We all have an ego that wants to connect, but right now we're learning to be secure within ourselves. So it says the dynamics of this lifetime can be complicated. All right, the dynamics of this lifetime can be complicated. There really does not exist in this earthly dimension an environment that is free of trauma, blockages, and lessons. That's the truth. The color red is the color of the first chakra, referred to as the root or base chakra. The root chakra is associated with keeping life exciting and sustainable. It is associated with trusting, belonging, which was your second card, belonging, trusting, belonging, and accepting. When you feel lost or insecure, you lose energy due to the fear that feelings bring up, okay? When the root chakra energy is in balance, you are centered, grounded, healthy, and vibrant with unlimited physical energy. You love your body and you love to use it and take care of it. You feel secure in your life and display good common sense, Work with Ganesha to create a sense of feeling rooted in order to lift away any heaviness you might be feeling. Focus your attention on the color red and allow yourself to feel joy, energy, and creativity coming back into your life. Red symbolizes love and happiness. It is said to encourage action and confidence and provides a sense of protection from fears and anxiety. Remain positive and open to possibilities. Doing this will strengthen the root chakra and create stability and inner strength. All right, guys, those were your broader messages from your ancestors. And now we can jump into the spread, all right? So, your first position, this is the general message from your maternal line regarding who you are, how you live, basically, you know, the energies around you right now. And it's crazy because comparing your first and second position, your maternal line and paternal line see you in two different extremes. So let's do this. You have the Hermit clarified by the star. And it's crazy because it is said that, you know, what's inside here is the star, right? So what you're doing, what your maternal line is saying about who you are and how you live is that on this journey, you are disseminating light, okay? Light is being disseminated. You are, not only are you a guide for yourself, but as the star, you're a guide for others. People are gonna look up to you or are looking up to you right now. So it's important that you be conscientious. When you have the Hermit, you have Virgo energy. It's very conscientious. It's always thinking about being of service in some kind of way. So your maternal line is asking you to be a guiding light and to be of service. Definitely. Okay. And it's asking you as the guiding light. The Hermit goes off to be on their own, right? To gain wisdom. This is not just to keep you antisocial. It is in order for you to gain wisdom is what this Hermit energy and what your maternal line is asking. And once you have a full grasp on that wisdom, who you are, to see your true light, they want you to shine it, okay? With the man, shine it so other people can see, all right? So that is what your maternal line has to say about you and how you live. Now, this is what your paternal line has to say about you and how you live. And we have the Fool in reverse, clarified by Oya or Yansa in the reverse. This is chaotic. So it's two messages. The first one is about not going on the path and taking the journey. See, the Hermit is already journeying, right? Following the light. But the Fool in reverse is not that excited, because usually the Fool is excited, but in the reverse, not excited to go on a particular journey. And when the Fool doesn't move, this is how chaos ensues, because we have Oya, the storm in the reverse. See, so this is some very chaotic energy. So it's like you turn on yourself when you're not moving, okay? They're reminding you that you need to keep it moving. You got to stay active. That's why your cards are drive, belonging, determination. Really, you know, first one being drive, last one being determination. So there's a call for action here, because when there's no action, chaos sort of kind of ensues. So that is what maybe your paternal line is warning you of. If it's being chaotic, it's because you're not like moving toward a purpose or trying to find that, okay? In your third position, this is what the ancestors in your maternal line want from you. Third position, you have the Magician, clarified by Shango. Okay, so Shango, oh, wow. Okay, so look, first of all, we gotta stop, we gotta rewind. We have Oya and Shango, all right? So we have a karmic pair because Oya was one of Shango's wives, okay? And she has his lightning. She got her lightning from Shango, okay? She's thunder and lightning, right? So there could be stories or traditions where maybe I think Oya stole the lightning. I can't remember whether or not she stole it or he gave it to her, but either way it goes, they're both in the reverse. So I'm gonna tell you something. If you're dealing with a karmic, your ancestors are telling you, do not let them steal your lightning. Don't let them steal your fire. So right now, if you're coming across karmic relationships of any kind, whether it be love relationships, familial, whatever, friendships that are karmic, they have the ability to steal your lightning and fire if you allow it, okay? Now, let's go to your third position. This is what your ancestors and your maternal line want from you. So, like I said, we have the Magician and Shango. The Magician, Shango is in the Orisha deck, is related to justice. And I see that sense of balance in your next position, in your fourth position. But it's also about like learning and like magistrates and different things like that. So, you know, when you go to law school and different things like that, you're becoming an expert, you know? I can't remember what Esquire means, but you know, you're becoming this expert. And the Magician is an expert. Oh, sorry guys, give me a sec, yo. Okay, so you're becoming an expert, right? And you're learning and studying. The thing is that, remember, the Magician, I believe, came in this position before. You have all these tools, right, to use, but you might only know how to use one. And you might not even know how to use that one well, but they're letting you know there's so many other things for you to learn. See, when Shango comes up in the reverse, this is about having issues studying or learning something. So you need to spend more time. What Shango is asking you to do is give up on, well, at least sacrifice personal issues of self-interest, selfishness, and passion, right? Because Shango is passionate. I mean, I'm telling you, Oya is his third wife, okay? So he's a player. So that energy is here and it's getting in the way of your studies and perfecting. It's getting in the way of your manifestations, okay? So, you know, take the time to learn. There's something that you need to learn or pay attention to. I mean, even your first position is asking you to disseminate wisdom. Well, if you are taking on learning experiences and different things like that, well, if you're not learning, there's nothing to disseminate, all right? So that's what they're asking you to do, is to gain balance, sacrifice being selfish, and you will be able to become more of an expert in your field. All right, that's what they're asking you. In your fourth position, this is what your paternal This is what your paternal ancestors want from you. It is strength, clarified by the guardian. All right, yes, the guardian angel. Okay, temperance energy, strength. Both cards are concerning balance. All right, your temperament, whether it be like holding back on passions with strength, like let's say you drank too much, sometimes that's here, a need to heal. You got to balance yourself out. That's what they want from you, to have balance at this time. So it's funny because three of your cards, Shango, strength, the guardian angel, all have to do with balance. And it's not necessarily telling you what you can't do. It's, do you make time for what's actually important to you? Okay, do your self-interest always outweigh the time to understand or to study or to embark on something brand new? You know, are you always looking for a distraction? You know, there's nothing wrong with living your life and having your own interests, but do they always outweigh what's important? Is there imbalance there? Okay, because let's see. We're on your fifth position. Your fifth position says the gifts that you've inherited from your maternal line but are underutilizing. But see, this is, the gift is Three of Pentacles, you know, a gift of making money, starting your own business. But Three of Pentacles is also about doing what's necessary to start certain things, okay? And again, giving up things that get in the way of building something, right? Because these are like, under here, what they could be doing are making plans, maybe plans to expand the church, right? But here, if we're not doing that, if we're not taking the time to plan and we're doing other stuff, that's not going to happen. And actually, you're being tested around this. Okay, so there are going to be things where it's like, as soon as I get started, as soon as I start making my plans, writing on my schedule, doing my work, you know, focusing on my whatever, my craft, my gift, my new business, there are going to be people trying to test you. All right, so don't give in. Don't give in, because you have to tap into this energy of determination, all right, to complete something, or at least the determination to complete it within the allotted time you've given yourself for the day. Okay? All right, so your sixth position says the gifts that you've inherited from your paternal line that you are underutilizing. I don't know how else to say, a sense of loneliness. Okay, definitely. I mean, it's double time clarified with the 7 of air in reverse. That's like the 7 of swords, but here it's not so much of well, yeah, it is planning, but your feelings are of isolation and loneliness. These birds feel like their mother's never coming back. Their mother's never coming back, and there's nothing to nurture them or feed them. There's no leaves on the trees. Everything is barren. So I think that's how you feel this energy of the 4 of Cups really is to you. But we do know that the 4 of Cups is keeping you isolated in order to expand you. It's also keeping you isolated in order for you to receive the right thing. Okay? So when it comes to love, and I think this could be what is on your mind, is that you are waiting or feel alone. For some of you, not all of you. It really depends on what you're waiting on, but I feel like it's love. And God is telling you, your ancestors are telling you, that I am keeping you alone so that you get the right thing. This is also, I've mentioned this before, safety. So another thing that you've inherited is the ability for the universe to kick in to make sure that you get, everybody doesn't get that, you know? You know, a lot of people, some people feel like the universe is indifferent and doesn't care. So for me, when I see the 4 of Cups, it may be very uncomfortable, but that's a big way to show that the universe cares, to ensure that you do what is on your path and purpose, that they would isolate you from things so that nothing bad could happen, so that once the isolation is over, you can actually get and move forward with what you need. All right? So this is what is happening. This is what you've received from your paternal line. I feel like you've received assurance. Yeah. Okay. So, all right, let's keep it moving. We are on position 7. This is the ancestor most eager to connect and work with you at this time. The ancestor most eager to work with you. You have the Page of Swords clarified by the 9 of Fire. All right. This is a feminine ancestor, okay? With this energy, I'm picking up some Persephone energy, all right? So you have an ancestor who was brilliant, okay? A little idealistic, very idealistic, wanted things to be perfect, or at least in her mind, what she believed what perfection was. This ancestor didn't understand the bitter parts of life. And that's what they had to deal with. This ancestor felt like they were a victim of circumstance, okay? Give me a second. Yeah. So in the story of Persephone, she had to go down to Hades. She was tricked. She had to go down to Hades for I think like 6 months, 3 months, whatever, during the winter season. So when the spring comes, Persephone is freed, and Gaia, Mother Nature, is her mother. So Mother Nature is happy. And then when we get to fall, winter time or whatever, she has to go back down to Hades. Right. She spends 6 months in Hades, 6 months on Earth. Okay. A cycle. She spends cycles. But it took those cycles for Persephone to understand who she is and her power. Right. Because she was too idealistic. So that could have been what this ancestor is trying to tell you. You know, I looked at things from only my point of view, not for what the world is. And I had to learn the bitterness and the hardness of life, when especially going down into Hades in the darkness. You know, it's almost like being able to understand appreciating the good because I dealt with the bad. So I understand why it's so good, you know, why I have these ideals, but also how I have to deal with the reality of how the world really is. This energy, this ancestor had a issue with identity and purpose, okay? But it doesn't mean that they didn't come to it, because those hardships are what actually led them to understand their purpose, power, and identity. There's something else I wanted to say about this. Give me a second. This ancestor feels like a starseed. And that is what I was initially feeling about what your ancestors were telling you in the first position. Okay? The reason why I say this is even though this is a page, right? A young energy, there's brilliance there, all right? And that perfectionism comes from the sword, right? Wanting to make everything perfect, as you see it, but you can't, So you're not brilliant. This naivete is from being new here on planet Earth, but you gain brilliance somewhere else. And I feel like, you've come on this planet with your own brilliance and wisdom, but it's been tough. It's been tough here on planet Earth, but it's because you're learning to be human. You are learning to be human and what humans have to deal with, But a lot of people, if they feel like they don't know their purpose, they don't fight for it. And, your ancestor fought for it. Your ancestor made it through those hard times, those dark times, and did come up to the light, right? Too smart to give in. But I'm going to tell you this. The 9 of Fire is in the reverse. So there were times where, because of her idealistic type of thinking, she let her guard down, which is the same thing that happened to Persephone. You're getting tricked into the underworld. Be careful with letting your guard down, all right? Here, let me get 9 of Fire. We know that that's the 9 of Wands in reverse, but I like, descriptions from the Orisha book. So give me 1 second. The 9 of Fire in the reverse, it says something spiritual that could not or failed to obtain, time wasted or lost, postponing valuable things for superficial ones. These delays in action may open astral or material doors to your adversaries, thus causing innumerable unforeseen events and difficulties, which is what, like Persephone didn't expect, that I'm going to be down here with Hades all the time, right? So, don't let your guard down. Don't waste your time. This seems to be like a running theme in your oracle cards and in your tarot here about wasting time and not moving forward on the path. Because what happens? Chaos starts to happen. 9 of Fire in reverse is saying you open astral doors to the enemy. And I'm telling you, you're a starseed. So if you open in astral doors, that means those are negative entities. And then the negative entities that are on people, So be careful about, who you're dealing with at this time. Use your discernment, but remember, she's brilliant. Sometimes you could think you're too smart. This ancestor was too smart for their own good, and it's those challenges that humble this ancestor. And I think they want to be here to support you so that you don't make mistakes, okay? That you don't that you see things see things as it really is, things how they are. That way you don't feel like a victim. And you accept reality, you accept life, you accept responsibility. Right, that was the other thing. You could feel, and I was having this conversation today in a personal reading with someone, that you are thrusted into being this guiding light, right? That, I know my intuition has led me to a particular thing, and you guys are asking me to have drive and determination in completing that thing. But that thing that I'm doing was not what I thought I was going to be doing. So sometimes I lose determination and focus on it because, when I was growing up or if I went to college or whatever, I didn't go to school for this. I didn't even think I would be doing this. So or I don't have an example for it. So it's like you are your own example. You're learning mistakes. You're learning from your own mistakes and things like that. So this is why in previous readings, I've been saying about like finding your own mentor if you can't find a physical one, finding them in books and YouTube or Instagram, whatever, because you do feel like I've been thrusted into a situation or a responsibility that I felt like I didn't choose. So it almost feels like being a victim of circumstance, but it is how you needed to. This ancestor felt that, and you could be feeling that now, but it's for a reason. It's for some sort of reason, but I think you're going to make it. I'm pretty sure this ancestor made it. The Page of Swords is in the upright, you know? Use what you know, what you came into this world with, and the things that you've learned, you know, down those dark paths. And also remember that everything is a cycle, okay? You have a cycle of darkness and a cycle of light. So if you're going through a dark time, know that you're going to come up and you'll see the sun, all right? We are on your 8th position. Your 8th position says, my relationship with this ancestor. So your relationship with this ancestor, man, you got a lot of 9s. Ooh, you got the 9 of Pentacles twice. All right, so you got 9 of Pentacles, okay, clarified by the Ace of Fire. And the Ace of Fire or Ace of Wands is the most powerful ace in the tarot. Okay, so if your relationship with this ancestor is giving you the drive, all right, to start your own endeavors, plant your seeds and tend to your garden, because I even see that in your last position, right? It's giving you the drive to do it alone. That's how I feel. And once you complete it alone is when you get more help. Others are coming through, and that's in your 9th position, in your very last position. I'm going to show you right now. So here, this is what will we achieve if we consistently work together to solve my problems or your problems. This is the 9 of Pentacles again, all right? But it's the 6 of Cups clarified by the 9 of Pentacles. Harmony, unions, equal give and take. But how did we get that? We planted the seeds for it. We tended to our own needs. And because we did that, we had enough for ourselves. And then somebody else came along to share the things that they planted alone. And we shared them and exchanged it back and forth, okay? So, and this is also a karmic energy that is it's not ill-dignified. This is not aspected bad. So this is a karmic relationship that's coming in that's good, all right? Not one like a twin flame lesson. Once you handle your stuff, there's somebody else who's done the same thing and they're ready to love you, okay? And if it's not that you care about being with a particular person, this is just a time of ease. 6 of Cups is a time of ease. It's good. It's actually really good. It's a time of passion. There's sexual feelings. There's love and balance and equilibrium. This is, I believe, Sun and Scorpio. So you have all these 9s, like 9 of Fire, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Earth, which is 9 of Pentacles, and the Hermit, which is 9. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. So you guys look that up for an angel number, right? A lot of 9s, but you're definitely closing out cycles. You're closing these cycles out, okay? And you are coming to some form of completion and happiness. It's not always darkness. That's what your last position is telling you. Plant these seeds. You'll be happy. You will be happy. All right, you've gotten 6 of Cups multiple times in your ancestor readings as well. In the Orisha, it would be the 6 of Water. So let's close you out with your last set of oracle messages from your ancestors. And this is from the Sacred Forest Oracle. All right, give me a second. Your first card is Courage. All right, so let me get that for you. Courage, courage, courage. Courage says, if the Aspen Spirit card has shown up in your life today, it brings a message of courage, protection, community, and the ability to face and overcome obstacles in your life. Know that you are protected and you are safe. You are ready to step forward with courage and grace, no matter what seems to be blocking your way. The Aspen's network of roots is a sign that you should be open to support from others. Combine your effort with like-minded individuals right here. They're on their way. Somebody is on their way for you, okay? But you don't meet them until you do your own thing, Okay, do your own thing. So it says you don't need to do it all alone. This may be a good time to bond with people over a creative project or a community endeavor. In the Celtic tradition, the aspen was associated with community, endurance, and protection. The Celts chose the wood of the aspen tree to make their battle shields to protect them from spiritual as well as physical harm. It sheltered the, man, it's funny that it says spiritual and physical harm, because that's what, you know, the 9 of Fire in reverse was saying, opening up astral and material doors to your enemy. So it says it sheltered the soul from its deepest fears. Aspen was thought to be the teacher of fearlessness and carried a message of strength in facing the unknown. All right. The aspen says the energy of your inner spiritual warrior is ready to step forward to face any challenge or blockages in life. Be willing to accept help. Be fearless. All right. Your second card is Storm Spirit, and it says chaos. And it's funny because right in your second position, what we got? The inside, storming. Okay, so let's see what they're talking about with this chaos. Give me a sec, guys. Let me get it for you. Just had it. All right. Storm Spirit says this card acknowledges the potential chaos or the need for chaos as an activator for healing in your life. Spiritual chaos allows for the dissolution of outmoded beliefs, so expansive, energetic life force energy can fill your life. If you are experiencing upheavals right now, know that the underlying energy is restorative. Embrace it rather than deny or suppress it. You are being healed on all levels. Of course, take time to find the calm in the storm, but also understand that the chaos can be beneficial in many ways. It can activate your creative life force. Alternatively, if your life is too calm to the point of being stagnant, which we said right here in the Fool in reverse, this card suggests that it might be time to create some chaos in your life. Try doing things differently. Step out of the old routines. If you are always early, be late. Maybe not. All right. Beneath the surface, profound shifts and transformations are occurring. Although many assume that nothing good comes from a massive storm, every part of nature has value. For example, downed trees provide habitats for many kinds of animals, and lightning helps fertilize the soil. There is enough electrical energy in lightning to separate the nitrogen atoms in the air, which fall to the earth with the rain and combine with minerals to form nitrates, a type of fertilizer. Look for the silver lining in the current upheaval. It's funny that because they kept talking about lightning, and I said, don't let nobody steal your lightning. So the spirit of the storm says, shred outmoded thinking and self-imposed blockages, tear down walls of self-imposed limitations, step into chaos and embrace it rather than trying to suppress it. Do the unexpected, all right? Your last card is the Maple Spirit, Generosity. This reminds me of that gratitude feeling. So let's see what this has to say. All right, generosity. It says, what you give out comes back to you tenfold, okay? There are times in life to receive, and there are times to provide love, service, and items to others. This card suggests that this is a time to give with your whole heart. Give without thinking of what you will gain in return. By doing this, you enter into the flow of the universe, and blessings will shower upon you. Maples are thought to be very old, special. All right. Maples are thought to be a very old species of trees. They are known to withstand environmental changes and can survive and thrive in various climates. Some traditions believe that the maple lends strength and power to those around it. If you tap into the maple, you will find a sweet sap, which symbolically brings sweetness into your life. The spirit of the maple says, be open to receive the bounty of the universe. At the same time, be generous with others and with yourself. A warmth of spirit radiates from you. Share from your heart and receive with an open heart and successful blossom. And praise the Lord, I swear to God. So, guys, like, and this is what you will receive, but be generous by being who you are meant to be. That's what they're saying. There's this energy of service is going to come back to you tenfold. See, you could either be afraid, or I don't know what it is, afraid, frazzled, low energy, whatever. Pick it up, because when you get in line with the universe and universal laws of that reciprocity, the universe is going to bless you more than you thought. More than you thought. So at this time, because this is what we were saying here about this magician Shango energy, let go of like selfishness, learn all of your mediums, tools, and talents and use them. Okay, manifest whatever it is that you feel led to create, because other people need it. The Hermit, as the first card, tells us that. This is not just about being alone. It's about what are you giving to the community. And what you give to the community is going to come back to you. And it's going to give you nothing but sweetness right here. Sweetness. All right? Okay, guys, that's what I have for you. If the reading resonates, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. If you want to book a personal reading, the link to book is in the description box below. All right, guys, see ya.